First things first is, I'm a realist. And after watching this video, you will completely understand what the actual purpose of a business is and not what you think one is. You're going to learn the actual purpose of a business and how to start one that makes you money from day number one. See, I started my entrepreneur journey back in 2012 with my wife and I. See, our first few years in business, I ain't gonna lie, we failed miserably. But then in the middle of 2016, I sold a business for $60,000 that I had started at the end of 2015. So 6 months prior, I didn't really know what I was doing. And then 6 months later, I ended up selling a business for $60,000 that I had just started 6 months prior. And not only did we sell that business for $60,000, we sold those businesses and we moved to Los Angeles, California and Charleston, South Carolina simultaneously. One, because my daughter became an actor, and two, I love Charleston and that's where we went to do business at. But we was able to do this once we finally understood business. Yes, business. Most entrepreneurs think they know what business is, but I've clearly come to find out that that is not the case. See, when I consult entrepreneurs, one of the first questions I always ask them, to define what they think a business is, because I need to hear it from their perspective. So I ask every entrepreneur that I always consult to do one thing for me before we even get into our consultation. I ask them to define what they think business is. And the answers I get sometimes are surprising to me. I thought most people who decided to start a business would have a general understanding of what business is, but they don't. Then I thought back to my own experience when I started as an entrepreneur back in 2012. I didn't really understand business either, but that ends for you today because you chose to watch this video. So now you don't have to go through all the bumps and bruises that my wife and I had to go through. Now you can avoid and skip those because of what I'm about to share with you today. So let me begin by sharing with you my definition of what a business is. But before I share with you the definition of what a business is, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to prepare to catch these words that I'm about to toss into your mind. No, for real. I need you to prepare to catch these words that I'm about to toss into your mind. Because once you understand what business is, it's going to take your life and your business to a whole, I promise you that. So what is it? What is a business? I define a business as a system created by a creator to solve a specific problem for a specific group of people. No matter how you cut it, no matter how you scratch it, that's what business is. Let me explain exactly what I mean by breaking down my definition of what business is. The first part of this definition states that business is a system. Business is a what? It's a system. And what is a system? Without giving you some long, drawn out, deep definition, a system is just a group of things, literally a group of things that work together to do a job. Like you are a system. Yes, you are a system. Your spirit and your body and your physical body and everything in your physical body, from your lungs to your heart, to your brain, to your bones, to your muscles, to your tissues, they all work together to create this system called you, right? Same way with the car. The engine, the battery, the transmission, the tires, the cabin, the body, it all needs to work together to create what we call a car. A car is a system. You use that system every single day. And all these things work together as a team. None of them, listen to me, none of them are independent of one another, meaning they are interconnected. They depend on each other to make the whole work. There was this quote that I read by, I think, a guy named Russell Ackoff. He said, a system is never the sum of its parts. It's the product of their interaction. Let me explain what I mean when I say no system is independent of itself. I mean, every system depends on each part for the whole to work. So what I mean by that is the engine is not the car. The engine can't make the car go. Like the transmission can't make the car go. The wheels by itself cannot make the car go. The battery by itself cannot make the car go. Do you get what I'm saying? It needs all the parts. It needs every single part. It needs the tires, it needs the transmission, it needs the engine, it needs the battery, it needs all these things in order to make the car go. right? Just like your whole body. Well, how can I explain this? Your hand can't write, but you can write. Because if your hand can write, then just chop off your hand and set it on the table and tell it to write. And I'm pretty sure if you do that, you're going to find out that it will not move. It will not write for you. Why? Because your hand cannot write independent of the body. It's just like your brain don't think, but you can think, right? So the system needs the whole in order for it to work. I need the whole system. I need my spirit in order for the system to work. And I need the physical body in order for the system to work. They cannot operate independent of itself, right? Unless I cannot dwell in this planet or in this realm we call Earth, right? I need all of my parts. I need my mind to do what my mind does. I need my legs and my limbs to do what they do. I need my heart to beat, to pump blood through my body to do what it does, right? I need it all. Neither one of these things are independent of itself. I hope you're catching these words I'm tossing into your mind, because I want you to understand that everything, when you look around you, everything is a system. You are a system. The car you get in and drive every day is a system. The job you go to every single day operates on a system. The device you are watching me on is a system. You're either watching me on the Android operating system or you're watching me on the iOS Apple operating system. But whatever it is, systems are all around you. Let me put it in business terms for you. Do you ever think about the system that takes place when you order a pizza? Think about it. A hot pizza comes to your door, all cheesy, still hot in the box, and you get to take it out and take a bite of it. All because of the system that did its process to bring that pizza to you that way. When you bite into that pizza, do you ever think about the system that it had to go through in order for that pizza, the cheesy hot pizza, to come to your doorstep with the pepperonis on it? Do you ever think about what that system, like, it needed an owner, somebody had to open it, somebody had to own it, they had to find the building, right? Not only did they have to find the building, they had to go and get all the ingredients. Not only did they have to go get all the ingredients, they had to find the dough, the bell peppers, they had to find all these things to get all the ingredients together. Then they had to go find an oven to cook it in. And not only did they have to go find a cook, they had to go find a delivery person, right? And then they had to find a car. And then they had to go find the pizza boxes to put the pizzas in so that the person that's driving the car to your house can deliver it to you in a nice, safe, wrapped up box full of hot, cheesy dough with pepperoni on it. Shows up at your doorstep. But that whole entire system had to come together to make that happen for you. Business is a well-organized system. Business is a system. And then the next part of that definition states that business is a system created by a creator. It's a system. It's a system that was created by someone who knows how to bring all these things together to do a job, how to bring all these things together to fulfill a purpose. Now, like when you're driving down the street and you see all these buildings, whether it be office buildings, whether it be restaurants, whether it be churches, whether it be movie theaters, whether it be grocery stores, do you ever stop to think that somebody created this system? Somebody created a system that built all of this. Somebody created McDonald's. Somebody created that office building. Somebody created that grocery train, that Kroger's, that Publix. Somebody created that business, whether it be a hospital. Somebody created every building, everything you see when you drive down the street. You need to think about it. It was created by someone. It's not just a building that just appeared there out of thin air. No, someone brought all the pieces together in order to form the system that created what they call their business. That's all business is. Business is a system created by someone. So when you drive down the street, I want you to start thinking that somebody started this business. Somebody built this. Somebody, whether it's Wingstop, whether it's McDonald's, whether it's Burger King, whether it's Ruth Chris, whether it's Mastro's, whatever high-end restaurant, Nice Guy, Nobu, whatever it is, somebody created that system. And that system was created by someone. Someone understood how to bring all the parts perfectly together to create the product that serves you right now. And I say created by a creator because you have to be a creator in your mind to see how all these things come together. Whether you're just starting a business to sell things or whether you're starting a business at all. When you start a business, you are a creator. You're bringing something that does not exist in your reality into reality. Like if you're starting a business, you are a creator. Think of yourself, don't think of yourself as anything less. Like for real, you are a creator. If you start a business, you're a creator because you're designing this whole puzzle to come together to make a product or service that you create. But the last part of the definition states that a business is a system created by a creator to solve a specific problem for a specific group of people. In other words, the whole purpose of a business is to solve other people's problems. And I'm sorry to say it, but this is where most entrepreneurs get it wrong. This is where everything begins to go left from them from the very jump. Is because they unknowingly put together a system. They don't know that they're putting together a system. They don't understand that they're even creating a system. And they put the system together not to actually to help other people. Because if a business is not helping other people, it's never going to grow. I can promise you this. Every business is a system that's designed to solve a specific problem for a specific group of people. And if your business is not solving a problem, you're not going to be in business for very long. I can promise you that. Every business is focused on solving a problem. And the reason why most businesses fail within this first 5 years is because this is the one thing entrepreneurs get wrong. They start a business to solve their problems, their financial problems, their life problems. They start a business to try to solve whatever's going on in their life or to try to make a quick buck. And this is where the failure begins. The very moment an entrepreneur start only thinking about their problems, when the whole system is supposed to be designed to solve other people's problems. I think it was Richard Branson that said, to launch a business means you've learned to successfully solve a problem. And solving a problem means listening. See, most people are just selling stuff. They don't understand the solution to the problem that they are selling because they don't even understand the problem that they are solving. They just see that like, oh man, this person's over here doing it. Oh, this person's over here doing this and they're making money and look at them, they're over here making money. Oh, I can do that too. That seems easy. That seems like I can do that. And then they go and try to sell the same thing and not even understanding the problem that they're all solving. Yes, sometimes this is going to work. Why? Because it takes money to solve problems. But soon as someone else come along who better understand the solution to the thing that you are selling and the problem that it solves, your sales is going to jump off a cliff because you don't understand the problem you are solving. And they better understand the problem, which is why they beat you out. It takes money to solve problems. There's nothing you can do to solve problems outside of money. If you got body odor, how do you solve that problem? You gotta go buy some soap, some deodorant. Your sink is stopped up or your toilet is stopped up and the regular plunger won't get it out. What do you gotta do? Call a plumber. Your AC's going out. You try to figure it out, you look into it, your husband look into it, y'all figure it out and you can't figure out what you gotta do. If you don't call a technician or AC person to come out to fix it for you, you're gonna have to buy a brand new one. So either way, the problem causes money. And money solves problems. It takes money to solve problems. That's why businesses exist. They exist to solve problems. And you will always get paid. That's what Elon Musk says this. Elon Musk says you get paid in direct proportion to the difficulty of the problems you solve. Let me give you an example. Having bad credit is a problem, right? And that's a painful problem, right? Because you can't get finances for certain things. You can't buy what you want to do when you buy it. So people who help people fix their credit are solving a very painful problem so they can charge more than $50 or $100 or $200. Why? Because they're solving a very painful problem, a difficult problem, not an easy problem that everyone can solve every single day. Just like the problem I'm solving right now for you as an entrepreneur. Like I'm sitting here talking to you about business and how to understand business in a way that will actually start off making you profit from day one, because you start off understanding that business is not just about selling stuff or just about making a profit, but it's not just about making a profit. It's actually about solving other people's problems, caring enough about other people that you obsess constantly over how you can help them and solve their problems. It's their problems that get you paid. It's solving their problems. See, like all the money you want in the world is literally in somebody's pocket, and they will give it to you as long as you solve a problem for them. Because solving their problem to them, most of the time people spend money is because their problem outweighs the money in their pocket. So they're willing to give up the money because the solution that you hold is more valuable to them than the money that is in their pocket. Like, it's like you listening to this video. This video is valuable to you. This is why you're still listening to it, because the better you understand how to play the game of business, the more money you make, right? It's all knowledge. You wouldn't go back and work for $5 or $6 an hour. I know my first job paid me $6.35 an hour. I know with my knowledge now, I can never go back and I would never work for that amount ever again in my life. Why? Because I know way too much. I know how to start a business that makes money. I know how to turn nothing into something, right? I know how to invest my money in the stock market and bring back a return, right? But it's because I know all these things right now. At first, it was knowledge that brought me to where I currently am. But all I'm saying is, you're on this channel or listening to this video is because you truly want to understand what business is, and you're an entrepreneur. And the better you understand business, the easier selling it becomes. Because everything works on principles. Everything works on a system. And the better you understand the system, the better it will work for you. That's why I started out this video explaining to you what a system is, because that's what business is. If you are not focused on creating a well-organized system and you don't know the problem you are solving, you have a hobby, not a business. And a hobby is never going to become a business. I promise you, if you're not focused on solving other people's problems and creating a sufficient system that solves their problems. Are you catching these words I'm tossing in your mind? I hope so, because creating a system that solves a problem for a specific group of people is how you birth a business. That's how you attract money, not selling things. It's not selling things. You don't attract money by selling things. You attract money again by solving a problem, and solving a problem for a specific group of people, because you can't solve everybody's problems. So you need to focus on solving either these people's problems or these people's problems or these people's problems or these people's problems. But you need to focus on solving a problem for one specific group of people and not everyone, because you cannot please everybody. Because if you're trying to please everybody, you end up pleasing no one. Understand that. I hope you're catching these words I'm tossing in your mind, because a business is a system created by somebody like you that's designed to do one thing: to solve a problem, to help other people. As a matter of fact, let me show you what I mean by giving you this layout, this framework I give to entrepreneurs in my inner circle. So here's how I create a system that solves a problem. So, because I need you to be intentional about creating systems, because it's systems. You're a system creator. You're a creator, right? So you got to understand how things work, because the better you understand how things work, then the better you understand how to tweak things to your advantage, right? So, and the better you understand how to tweak things to your advantage, the way that it allows you to become more efficient. And the more efficient you are, the better things work. And the better things work for you, the more money you make. So I just wanted to show you how to be intentional about creating a system that makes you money from day one. Draw this out. This is your blueprint, right? You use this as your blueprint, right? So first you have you, and you as a system creator, the very first thing you need to go looking for is problems. Because remember, business is a system designed to solve a specific problem for a specific group of people. And you as the creator need to first understand the problem that you are even solving. You need to go look for the problems. Do you want to help people with housing? Do you want to help people with bad credit problems? Do you want to help people with social media problems or audience problems? Do you want to help people with plumbing problems? Do you want to help people with housing issues? Do you want to help people with financial issues? What do you want to help people with, right? Find a way. Like my wife likes to help people who lacks, I would say, confidence, right? I want to not even confidence. She wants to solve people's problems with not feeling secure, I would say. She wants more women to feel more secure in herself. So she plans to solve the problem of lack of confidence, right? And so she understands her problem. Me, I plan to solve the problem for entrepreneurs, because I know it's lack of knowledge that keeps most entrepreneurs from being successful in the first place. I know that if I had the knowledge when I first started out doing business that I have now, that I would have been making money from day one. I would have been 100 millionaire, right? Which is where I'm on my way to now. But if I had known those things when I first started out, I'll be way farther. together. So I know it's information. The more you get this information, the more I can get this information into your mind, the faster that you will grow your business, because you'll be able to avoid the things that other people run into that sometimes stonewall entrepreneurs, right? You'll learn how to avoid the things that might cost you money. And if it costs you so much money, it's almost like you have to hit the reset button to start back over to get back to where you are. But if I can help you avoid all those things by giving you some information, right, that you probably haven't heard before, that helps you do a way better job over here, or helps you go from here to here, right, and you didn't know how to do it at first, then I ultimately help you to solve your entrepreneurial problems. Why? By teaching you something you didn't know, or sharing with you something that something I learned that you didn't know that could help 10x your life or solve your problems, which is always my goal, right? My goal is to help entrepreneurs solve their entrepreneurial problems. And this is why you're finding me probably on something based on an entrepreneurial algorithm channel, whatever. But this is the problem I solve. Find a problem that you desire to solve, that you want to help people solve, right? Find a problem like that. And then then after you find that problem, the second step is to create a solution. You have to create a solution. Step number 2, as a part of this blueprint, as part of creating a system, you have to create a solution. And creating a solution involves you probably bringing a lot of things together, right? As like my wife she created beauty products. So she have to bring manufacturers together. She have to bring designers together. She have to bring logo designers together, box designers together, just all type of designers and manufacturers together to create the product that she sell, right? She's a system gatherer, right? That's what I told you. A business is a system created by a creator, and that creator and it's a system. A system is a group of things that work together. So she has to get all these group of things. Now she found the problem that she can solve, or now that you find a problem you can solve, now you have to gather all the resources in order to create the solution, right? So you focus on creating the solution to the problem that you plan to solve. And you focus on creating a solution to the problem that you plan to solve is by gathering all these things, right, together to create your ultimate product or service, whatever it is that you're selling, right? And then after you do that, after you create it, the next step is to advertise the solution. Next, you got to advertise the solution. So the third step, the first step again, you find a problem to solve, then you create a solution to solve that problem, right? No matter how you create the solution, no matter who you have to bring together, what you have to do, the people you have to bring together, whatever it is you have to do, you have to create the solution to the problem that you plan to solve. And then after you create the solution to the problem you plan to solve, now you need to advertise the solution. And why do you need to advertise the solution? How else are people going to find out about you? How are they going to know you do what you do? How are they going to know that you're going to help them with their problems? Like, you literally got to think about it like this. You got to raise your hand so that people know that, hey, I can help you. Hey, I can solve your housing crisis. I can solve your housing problem. Hey, I can solve your credit problem. Hey, I can solve your financial problems. Hey, I can solve your money problems. Hey, I can solve your media problems. Hey, I can solve your content problems. Hey, I can solve your social media problems. Hey, whatever it is that your business do, you gotta raise your hand to let people know that you exist as a solution to the problem they have. Hey, if you got problems, I'm your guy. Hey, if you got problems, I'm your girl. Hey, if you need distribution and you need logistics, hey, I'm your person. Hey, you need a guy that has multiple trucks that can take your packages 1,000 places. Hey, I'm your guy. Hey, if you're an entrepreneur and you want to better learn how to play the game, hey, I'm your guy. Or just go buy my book, The Strategic Player, right? It's called The Strategic Player, How to Play the Branding and Marketing Game, right? Just go buy that. That's another solution to a problem that I help entrepreneurs solve. How to learn how to better play the marketing and branding game, right? Because if you learn how to market and you learn how to brand in a way, it brings you customers, it brings you leads, and it continues to bring you money as long as you don't destroy your brand. But at the end of the day, you gotta raise your hand. You gotta create content to let people know, hey, I'm out there. Hey, I can help you with this. Hey, I can help you with that. Hey, I can help you. But if they do not know that you are a solution to their problem, they'll never be able to take advantage of your solution. So put yourself out there, raise your hand, let people know that you created a system that solves their problem. And after you let them know that you created a system and you put yourself out there, what happens next? Somebody buys. You acquire a customer. You acquire a customer. That's what happens next. So after you find a problem to solve, then you create a solution, then you advertise that solution. Now you acquire the customer. After you acquire a customer, the solution that you delivered to them, if it does not solve the problem that you promised that it would solve for them, if they don't get the result that you said they would get, they're never going to buy from you again. If your product doesn't wow them the first time, you don't get another impression. You get one impression in business, just so you know that. You get one time, because remember, they do not know you. So in order for them to buy from you, they're already taking a risk, and they already expect for it not to be good. Let me say it again. They expect for it not to be good, even though they hope that you meet their expectations. So when they get the product and it's not what they expected, they're never buying from you again. It doesn't solve their problem. They're not buying from you again. Listen to me. You got to make sure whatever you promise, you hold up to your promise. It is better if you overpromise and underdeliver. You set expectations maybe a little too high, and when they got it, it didn't meet those expectations. So people became disappointed, and disappointment repels them away from your brand. They're not going to buy from you again. Whatever you promise, always try to over exceed whatever you promise. Like whatever you promise, always try to over deliver on the promise. Because if they don't get a wow from the first use to your product, they're probably not going to buy again. But what happens after you meet their promise or meet their expectations? Then what happens next? You establish trust. You establish trust. Now you have a customer for life if you treat them right. I wish I would have known this in the very beginning, but because we didn't know this in the very beginning, because when me and my wife started business back in 2012, we always thought it was about constantly trying to get new people. It's like, I wish I would have known so different. Like if you would have just concentrate on better serving the people that buy from you the very first time, if you concentrate on always keeping those people and just adding to that circle or just adding to that, then man, I can't tell you the level of where your business will go. Because after people know that you can solve their problem and you establish trust with them, they're going to do one thing. They're going to go and tell other people, hey, this person solved my problem. Hey, this person solved my problem. Hey, this person could help you. Hey, this person helped me so they can help you. They solved my problem so they can solve your problem. So now you are beginning to acquire customers because you actually solve a problem. You're just not selling things. So now you begin to acquire customers that you didn't even advertise to, that you didn't pay to get. There's a such thing as called customer acquisition costs. It costs you probably little to nothing when customers come from you through word of mouth because you actually solve a problem. So now you got a customer that you didn't even pay to get, you didn't advertise in no way, and they found you and they came to pay you for the solution that you promised that you would solve for them, like you solved for their friend or the person they told about you, right? So then you begin to grow. And as you begin to grow, what happens next? You make a lot of money. You make a lot of money. And as you make a lot of money, you better do one thing. You better reinvest it back into the business to continue to establish trust. You got to put it right back into the business so that you can continue to establish trust. Like you can't just go and take the money. Now you're making all this money and you go and splurge and you don't focus on increasing how good your product is or thinking about or obsessing on how to actually solve people's problems in an even better and more convenient way. If you're not reinvesting the money right back into the business and solving those same people's problems, that you're constantly thinking about them, that you always constantly solving their problems and thinking about ways of how you could better serve them. Because if you're not reinvesting the money back into figuring out how to better serve those people, you're letting the air out of your tires. You're letting the air out of your balloon. You got to reinvest the money right back into the business to begin to establish trust. And you establish trust because now you're buying, more people's buying more of your products, and you're growing more and more and more. And as you grow more, you need to put that money right back into establishing, constantly focus on establishing trust. Always constantly focus on over delivering. Always constantly focus on giving people more value than their dollars actually buying for them. When you do that, your business will grow beyond a number you can't even imagine. But when you continue to focus on solving those people's problems, then it leads you back to step number one, finding more problems to solve for those same group of people. Finding a better way to solve their problems. And then when you find a better way to solve their problems, now they not only buy this thing from you, they also buy this thing from you. And not only do they buy this thing from you, they also buy this thing from you too. So it's like the circle of life. The system just keep on, it's self-generating. You created this magnificent system that just self-generates profit all day long. You constantly search for problems. You constantly figure out how to make these people's lives better. And then you come out with a new product, a new solution. And then boom, you advertise the same solution to those same group of people. And those same group of people are going to tell more people about you. Then the more people are going to buy it. Do you begin to establish more trust? So your brand gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Now you reinvesting more profit into making the brand better and better, and constantly focus on over delivering for people, constantly focus and thinking about their problems and how you can make their life better. And then you go right back to the drawing board, find another problem again to help the same group of people, or different. You want to solve another problem to help another group of people. I don't know. But the more you focus on helping people, the more money you're going to make. Create a system. You're a creator. Because if you're listening to this, then I know you're an entrepreneur, or you're thinking at least about becoming one. So focus on creating a system that's designed to help people with a specific problems. And don't try to solve everybody's problems, because you can't solve everyone's problem, right? If you try to solve everybody's problems, you end up solving no one's problem, because you can't please everybody. Everybody's not going to be pleasable. I promise you that. So focus on a specific group of people and hone in on those people and find out how you can always better help and serve those people. That's how you play this game called business. Remember, business is a system created by a creator, somebody like you, that's designed to solve a problem for a specific group of people. The goal, as always, is to learn at a rapid pace so that you can remain a strategic playing player in this game called life. Well, until next time, folks, I'll see you.